Hey guys, Glenn here. Okay, I got a review for you today, and it's the Craftsman 30-inch riding mower, lithium-ion 56-volt mower. And I just picked this up yesterday. I mowed with it the first time today, and it works great. This ain't my first one. I had the Cub Cadet version of this, and if those of you that are looking at mowers and you didn't know, MTD makes 3 of these mowers identical. This is the Craftsman. They make the Cub Cadet and they make the Troy-Bilt. And I had a kind of a tragic lawnmower accident right over here, and I'll show you. I've had work done, so not going to be a problem anymore. But let me just show you. See this hill right here? That's right over here. My accident was right up about here. There was a stump sticking out of the ground, and I was backing across this hill. I wasn't paying attention, and I hit the stump, threw the tractor on its side, threw me on the ground, threw the tractor next to me, not on top of me, thank God. And so that was that. So I ended up selling that to my brother-in-law. He's got it now because his wife was worried about him he couldn't push a mower anymore because he's like 3 years older than me, or 2 years older. And so I sold him my Cub Cadet. My wife didn't want me to have it because she was ready to get hurt again when we had the yard landscaped. And as you can see, all up there, all the way around the front, is all brand new. The hill's gone. It's all flattened right down here and all the way around the front. They brought in all kinds of fill and brought the front yard up so it's level with the street, and actually a little higher than the street. And so it works out. So now I can't get hurt. So fast forward to not quite 2 years later, it'll be 2 years in September that I had my accident. I wanted to get another item on. My wife was okay with it because she knew I can't get hurt. And so this one ended up picking up because Cub Cadet discontinued this version of the mower. I don't know if they're going to come out with a new one. Like this one, I'm not sure how long it's been out because there is an older version of this one. See the nice design on the seat right here? The old one didn't have that. The rims are gray on here, and I think on the original it was black. So they made some design changes to it. The charge is different. The charge is just like what came with my Cub Cadet, whereas the one that came with the original version of this, it was a square charger with heat fins on it, and it had 4 holes, top and bottom, so that you could mount it. The new one just has rubber feet on the bottom, and you set it down on something, plug it into the mower. The other difference is, let me show you what they did. One thing that's different about this one, and it's the only thing that's different, and I'll show you what it is. Let me just go ahead and take this off my... Okay, so let me come around and let me show you what they did. All right, on my Cub Cadet, the charging port was right here. On this one, they put it on the side. Troy-Bilt has it on top. So that's the only difference that I can see that they did. Everything else is the same. I've got, the silver right here on both sides, which my Cub Cadet was a different color. I think it was black. And so, no, maybe it was yellow. I think it was yellow. So everything else is spot on the same. I bought this from Ace Hardware because Lowe's didn't have it in stock. If Lowe's had had this tractor in stock, now this tractor normally goes for $34.99, and so they want $34.99. Originally, it was on sale, $800 off at Ace Hardware. And if I could have got it at Lowe's, it was on sale for $17.99. I could have saved another additional $1,000, but when you go to Lowe's and look it up, it says currently unavailable. And you can put in an email address, have them notify when they get more in stock. I don't know if they're going to get more in, or if that's the end of it. If them getting this in, I don't know. But Ace has it in stock, not in store. I had to ship this to a local Ace Hardware. I originally was going to send it to the house, and they wanted like $200-something to ship this thing. I'm like, nah, you know what? I got a utility trailer. I've got a 2023 Ford Lightning Lariat with the extended range. And I'm like, you know what? Next town over, town of Sandwich. There's a Ace Hardware in Sandwich out on Cotuit Road. And originally was an Anchor Hardware, and it says, the original signs still say Anchor, but it does also say Ace. So I sent it there and went and picked it up yesterday. They were nice. The manager and one of the kids that works, a young kid, helped get it onto the trailer. It took about probably 20 minutes or so to get it on. Once we got it on the trailer, I was good. I strapped it down and came home with it. I didn't pay the $20 to let them do it because, you know, if you know anything about tractors, if you let them put it together, that kid that was working with the manager yesterday, probably still in high school. Yeah, so I wasn't paying the $20. I put it together myself. And I'll tell you how easy it is to put together. The steering wheel and the steering shaft are one piece, but they come, not assembled. The seat does not come assembled, and the headlight housing that's here, that's a separate piece from the lower part, and that comes separate as well. So when you put this thing together, you have to make sure you put the headlight housing onto the steering wheel shaft before you put the steering wheel shaft down into where it goes, and then there's a nut and a bolt that screws it together. Now I thought I was missing the bolt for that. My wife didn't tell me. Here's the nut. Luckily I had one in the basement that was the same thread and everything. It fit right on, so I'm good. But I'm probably going to take it off and put this one on so it's the correct one. But we'll see. And then the seat you attach. Let me see if I can't really show you. Let me get off of here. Right under the front here, there's two screws on either side. And to put the seat on, you're going to attach the bracket to the bottom of the seat, and there's two nuts. There's a nut and a bolt on that side, nut and a bolt on this side to attach the seat to the bracket. Then you attach the bracket to the front, and that's all you do. And then you can adjust it. There's a adjustment here in the back. Let me just go ahead and I'll get my camera again here. Let me just get this so I can show you what I'm talking about. All right, so here's where right here. All right, so you got this knob right here that you turn, and you take this completely out, and see these nylon pieces right, these square pieces, those slide up and down this track right here. And once you get it the way you want it, you put this back in and screw it into another one of these nylon square things that's right up under the seat right here. And that's all you do. And here's the two screws that go in to the body of the housing right here. And then you got your nut and bolt, and then that's it. The spring comes already attached, so you don't have to worry about that. It does have a trailer hitch on the back, so if you want to get a yard cart, you can get a yard cart. They do not make a bagging kit for this. And I don't really care about bagging. It was supposed to come with all three of these versions came with the mulching kit. And this one wasn't in the box. The top of the box wasn't taped closed, it was open. I don't know if it disappeared or what happened. So right now I'm using the side chute, and I'm not a fan of using those either, because when I mow around my yard, like around my shed and stuff, I like to be able to go both directions. So I'm not, with this on, I can't get too close to my shed, or, areas like here in the back where I can go right along my house and up around the front and stuff. So I went onto Amazon and I looked it up, and you can get the MTD OEM mulching kit for $33 and some change, or you'll find the Craftsman for $29 and some change. So I ordered the Craftsman, and it's coming, supposed to be here on the 5th. So, yeah, so this ain't my first time using this tractor. Well, my first one was the Cub Cadet. Really enjoyed that until I got hurt. Now I got this. I'd still really like to get back here and flatten this backyard. So if I could do that, that would be like fantastic. Because then it'll be completely flat. Because I still got the same, as I showed you early in the video, a steep slope back here. And it was never a problem with the other mower. Like I said, over here is where I went down off the edge. I hit the stump, threw the tractor on its side, landed next to me. I broke my neck, and I fractured my back. So it's been a long recovery, and I'm feeling back to my old self again. And so my wife let me get another tractor, and here it is. So I'm not sure what year they released this. Re-released it because if you go search out, look up Craftsman 30-inch rider mower, you'll only find 3 videos. Now I live on Cape Cod. I live in Bourne, Massachusetts. I live in a village called Pocasset. And there was a older gentleman that had put up a video 5 years ago. I think the first one came up 5 years ago. He had the original version of this, and he lives down the Lower Cape, down in Dennis. He was having a problem with it, and he contacted Craftsman, and Craftsman decided after I think the 3rd time he contacted them, they ended up buying the mower back, giving him all his money back, and shortly after that, they discontinued this model. So I don't know if it was some sort of a switch, and it might be the one that's down here in the mowing deck. On a battery-powered mower, at least on this and the Cub Cadets and the Troy-Bilts, and I would imagine if they're making a full-size mower, they are. Because Craftsman's got a 42-inch full-size mower. If you want that, I don't know if it's available, but I'm sure you can find one somewhere. It probably has the same switch. There's a switch on the mowing deck. When you put either the mulching kit or the side chute on, it depresses the switch so you can start the mower. And I'll tell you what happened yesterday. Got home with the tractor, got it off of my utility trailer, put the key in, it beeped once like it's supposed to, but then you have to have either the e-brake on, which is what I have on right now, or you just push down on the brake pedal and hold it, and you push the power button, and it beeps twice. That tells you the mower's on. Then you can hit the throttle, and you can do what you got to do. Wasn't doing that. I'm like, look at my wife. I'm like, what the hell? Why isn't this thing working? So great. Don't tell me I got to call Ace Hardware and tell them I got a problem with the mower. I got to return it and get another one. Well, we went in the house to have dinner because it was getting late. I put the mower away. We pushed it around from the front of the house around here and backed it into my shed, put it away, and I'm like, let me throw it on charge. And before I did, it had half a charge in it. Well, that's definitely enough for it to run. And I told her, I says, well, let me throw it on charge and just see if maybe charging will do something for it. So I did, and we're sitting down having dinner. We had a nice, quick, easy dinner. We had steak and cheese, and I'm sitting there thinking, like, oh my God. I said, you know what? I said to my wife, I says, I know why the tractor's not starting. She goes, why? I says, remember I told you there's a switch on top of the mowing deck? She goes, yeah. I says, well, You have to have the mulching kit or the side chute on there depressing that switch. Oh, she says, yeah, okay. I says, well, I'd really like to go out and do it now, but we were, eating dinner and stuff. And she goes, well, why don't you go out and do it after we eat? I said, well, it's getting late, and we were going to go upstairs, to get in bed and relax. And while she was doing the dishes, I decided to come out, and I put the side chute on, and lo and behold, I sat on the tractor, I put the key in, it beeped once, I hit the button again with the e-brake on, and it beeped twice. Like, oh, sweet. So I released the e-brake, tapped the throttle just a little bit, and it moved. I'm like, oh, nice. So just remember, get this mower. Either the mulch kit has to be on the mowing deck or the side chute. Okay, mower's on. Heard my 2 beeps. All right, so I'm going to first start with mowing around driving around my shed. I'll turn the blades on. Just a little bit of mowing. I mowed the other day, but I just want you to see what it's like. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and give myself a little bit of throttle here. Nice and quiet. It turns really well. I'm going to turn around right here. They say it's a 0 turn, but not really 0 turn, but it turns pretty good. And as you can see, I got a pretty steep hill that I have to try and go up. And I'm going to come up this hill for you, and I'll show you. I'll turn it around and head back down if I can. So, I ran into a spot where I can't get up over that little bit of a bump that's right there. Indentation in the grass not letting me up. So, there again, okay? Just showing you what this is like. This is not the fault of the mower. It's the fault of my yard. My landscaper that did all the landscaping for me, he didn't do the backyard. I wish he had, and that way I'd have no more issues. But see, it does climb. And I'm going to go ahead and turn and go back down the hill. And now I'm going to go ahead and go around the back of my shed. I'll come around the other side, and I'll stop, and I'll put on the mowing blades, and I'll just do a little bit of mowing, and I'll make sure I turn on so I can mow in reverse, just so you can hear that. All right, so not too bad back here. Okay, see, I got stuck a little bit. I just turned the wheel and managed to get going again here. All right, so now let me get around over here, and let me stop the tractor. All right, now let me put on the red light so I can mow in reverse. Okay, that's on. Now I'm going to start the mowing blades, and I'll mow up a little bit up towards where the camera's at, and then I'll back down, and I'll show you I can mow in reverse. All right, so the blades are on. Now I'm going to go ahead and mow towards my camera, just so you can see this. Okay. Now I'm going to go ahead and stop right here, put it in reverse, and I'm still mowing. You can hear the blades are spinning. Very quiet. So that's what it sounds like when you're mowing. Compared to a gas engine, it's a lot quieter. And, to be honest, people say, oh, you're one of these that's out to save the planet. No, I'm not out to save the planet. I own everything battery except for my whole house generator, which is natural gas. I'm not buying gasoline, but I'm buying, I am paying for natural gas because I have, a gas furnace in my basement. So I've got gas heat, and that's it. I got, electric bill for everything else, including my 2023 F-150 Ford Lightning that I bought. I bought a Lariat, and I'm very, very pleased with that. I drive by all the gas stations. I don't have to pull in anymore. Same with this. I'm not buying gas for anything. The oil companies can shove it up you know where, and I'm done with dealing with gas prices, oil prices, and all that. So, like I said, I'm very happy with this mower. I love the Cub Cadet that I had, but when I got hurt, I sold it to my brother-in-law, and he's enjoying it. I couldn't get another Cub Cadet. This was available at Ace Hardware, so I took it. I got 30,000 and something reward points from them, so that was great. Like I said, I bought the bagging kit just for the weight. $369 just to get that weight because the bagging kit does me no good. So other than that, it's a great little mower. It's perfect size for my my 1/3 acre of land. We'll have a little bit more grass when my wife gets finished out back here. She's cleaning that out, and I'm going to put grass seed back there. And I may have a line on somebody that's willing to come back here and flatten the yard. And if they can, that'll be so much better. We'll see what happens. I really like that because then I'll have a flat yard that I can mow around on and not have to worry about any of this stuff. But I feel comfortable on this hill. It was never a problem with the old one. I was comfortable, turning and coming down the hill. I never felt like I was going to tip over. It was just the stump that I hit that was right over here. And up on the hill behind the camera, there was a spot over there. When I came across the yard from up on that hill, there was a spot that was a little on the sketchy side. It tipped once on me, but not over. I put my weight on it and got it to come back down. And so that's all taken care of now. So I'm good. So yeah, I'm liking this mower. That's why I bought it again. My wife said, yeah, you can go ahead and get another item more. I feel safe with you in the yard now. So here I am. Lo and behold, I bought the Craftsman version. Oh, and there is something I want to point out about the Troy-Bilt version. If you're going to buy one of these mowers, look at the Troy-Bilt. There's only one difference between this, the Cub Cadet, and the Troy-Bilt. The headlight. It does not have a headlight. Don't ask me why, but Troy-Bilt did not put a headlight on this mower. And it's probably not even wired for it because these all have a wire that come up through, and it's a 2-prong plug that plugs together, and that's it. So there's no plug for the wire. So I think that's it. I'm going to come up the hill, come around. I'm going to show you what it's like going across the top. I wish I had video footage from before this work was done. You could see how sketchy it was, but all right, so I'm going to go ahead and come up. I'll turn around, then I'll come around to the front yard and stuff, but I'll have to move my camera. All right, so I have no problem climbing this hill because it's pretty even right here. So I'm really happy about this. As you can see, I'm climbing it with no problem. And that's a pretty steep incline. I would say maybe, I don't know, what would you say, 20% maybe? That's kind of what I think it would be. All right, let me just come across the top here. Now, unfortunately, up here, my property line is over here. So my neighbor owns a little bit of this hill. Okay, let me go ahead and turn around. I know you're out of the view, but let me just... Okay. Now, turn this around. Okay. Now I'm gonna... You saw me come up the hill, so let me put the e-brake on real quick. And let me just turn the camera so you guys can see. I'll come around down by the front, and I'll turn the blades on and do a little bit of stuff over here. All right. So now let me come down and around, and I'll come onto my side of my house in the front yard. All right. Let me go ahead and start this back up. Okay, the mower's now on. It beeped twice. Now I can go ahead and And I'll come across here, and it's fine. I don't feel like it's going to tip over at all. There's a little bit of an incline right back there, but nothing that was, like I said, nothing that was sketchy. So I can come across here. Got a little bit of a washout right there that I got to take care of. Plant some grass seed and whatnot. All right, so I'm just going to go ahead, come down this hill. Gets a little steep right here, and the tractor, if you keep the throttle on, then you're all set. All right, so now I'm going to stop it for a minute here. Let me just get over here. All right, I'm going to stop right here. Let me go ahead and, okay, I'm putting on the red light. And I'm going to turn on the mowing blades. So now I can mow in reverse, and I'll show you what that's like. So turn this up. Oh. Okay, the mowing blades are on. And this is what it sounds like when you're mowing. Now, if I need to stop, I go in reverse, continue mowing. Now, if I turn off the mowing blades, and I'll turn off the red light, I'm going to stop that. Okay, I'm going to turn the mowing blades on. Now what's happened? Now watch what happens when I put it on. Turn on the mowing blades. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and mow forward. And if I try and go in reverse, see, shuts off the mowing deck. So that's a good feature to have. All right, so here's my side yard right here. Nice and flat. And all flat coming around out front. And I got plenty of room here to move around. And yeah, it's great. So this is a great little mower. All right, so as you can see, it's a great little mower. I really do like it. It's perfect for my, 1/3 acre of yard that I have. And, you saw, oh, actually, you know what? Let me take you around back because I'm going to show you something. Just so you know, this is not the mower's fault. This is actually the yard's fault. Okay, I'm going to come out back and I'm going to stop the mower for a minute. All right. I'm going to go around my shed and I'll come up the hill and I'll show you it's my yard, not the mower. Okay. So we'll get around the shed right here. And all right. So now, right about where my wife's standing, I'm going to come up this hill and I'm going to show you where I end up getting, not really stuck. One of the tires comes off the ground and it starts to spin. So I can't actually get up here. I have to go to a different angle. Oh, now you're going to make a liar out of me. Okay, right there. Just hit a spot. And as you can see, tires spinning. So, it is what it is. I just got to get this. I wish that the landscaper that a friend of mine that did this work for me, I wish he was able to have been able to flatten this back here. I'm still going to work on it and get it done, but just wanted to show you. So like I said, that's not the fault of the mower. That's the fault of the yard. All right, so this is my 30-inch Craftsman 56-volt battery mower, and I really do love this mower. I miss my Cub Cadet. And like I said, my wife allowed me to get another one because now the yard's, I can't get hurt ever again. So, yeah, I'm really happy with it. So this is, if you've got a small yard, a 1/4 acre or, or so or less, and you want to ride them more and you don't want to push anymore, this is the way to go. I think I mentioned in the beginning of the video, and I'll mention it again, I paid, what did I pay? $27.99 for this at Ace Hardware. It's on sale right now. It's normally $34.99, I think, or $35.99. I think it's $34.99 is the normal price of it. And yeah, it's great. I would suggest if you do get one, go pick it up because they want like $200 something to ship it. Just send it to your local Ace Hardware. Make sure you either got a utility trailer or make sure you bring a few people to help muscle it into the back of a pickup truck or into maybe a van. It's 270 pounds is the weight of the mower itself. That's not including the box and all that, and the pallet that it's going to come on. So yeah, I would do that. And I mentioned at the beginning of the video, all you got to put together is the steering wheel and shaft and the headlight piece all go on together. This goes on over the shaft, and then you put the steering shaft down into where it goes. There's a nut and a bolt that comes with it to put through the steering shaft to lock it in place. Once you do that, you put this down with the two clips on either side. It's got a clip in the front that slides that way, and then you clip the two sides, and in the back it's got a screw. Put the screw in, and then just mount your seat, and that's it. Everything else is ready to go. Just charge it up. It comes 52% state of charge is what was in this when I got it, and I charged it to 100%. And when I mowed without the weight kit, I only used one bar, and before I was using all the bars. I was pretty much dead by the time I was done because of all the hill that I was climbing and mowing. So yeah, it's really worth it. So it's my review of this mower. I can't say anything bad about it. The only con is you can't get the bagging kit for it. If you want the weight kit, you really need it, then you got to buy the bagging kit for the gas version, put the weight kit on, and either try and sell just the bagging kit or whatever you want to do with it. I don't know. I'm just going to hang on to mine, I guess. I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, it's worth it. All right, so I will, so make sure, like the video if you liked it, and make sure that you subscribe to my channel if you haven't, and I will catch you in the next video.